So I'm not gonna lie, I've often wondered how much money are these manga creators making off their anime movie adaptations? Because it's always like, okay, well, one question I have, of course, is how much they're making off, the anime or whatever, but the movies you would always expect, or at the very least, some people may expect that, yo, if this movie made like $80 million, the equivalent in yen over there, that manga creator must be making some loot, right? I mean, personally, since I already know how underpaid these people are, I've always assumed that they probably aren't making that much or whatever, but we actually have some confirmation from the creator of Gintama on not exactly the amount, but pretty much what it's like to get paid for your anime movie adaptation. So when Oda makes, them Film Gold and Film Z and Strong World and Naruto, the Boruto movie and all that shit, we know for starters, seemingly they don't even get royalties, which already just sounds horrifying because this is the fucking creator. This is the person responsible for this movie to begin with, this, content to begin with. So the fact that seemingly they're not getting royalties is already disturbing in here. I mean, it's one thing with the whole voice actor movement of them wanting royalties and stuff like that. That's one thing which I do agree that they deserve it as well. But it's a whole other thing when the person that made the goddamn fucking story to begin with is not even getting some royalties and shit like that. Like, I actually read this article and it made me feel proud of these creators and how much effort they put into this shit, and at the same time sad and feel like they deserve so much more. And I always say that these creators deserve so much more, but when I read this shit I'm like, you're fucking kidding me right now. Like, these movies, especially like the Gintama films, the One Piece films, the Naruto films, the Dragon Ball films, you hear about these films and shit like that, how amazing some of them do and stuff, and you're thinking, yo, these authors should be getting a good cut. But the author of Gintama came out and gave some clarification on what's going on, how much they're getting paid in a sense, not an exact dollar amount or whatever, but it's just fucking disgusting. And of course, it's always like, with the manga industry, it seems as though there's always some doom and gloom. That's why whenever there's a good, hype news about an anime or manga coming back, I do get excited because we always get like the realization that a lot of situations in the anime and manga industry is shitty, and one of these is definitely the case, whereas like the author should absolutely be compensated greatly. That way it'll inspire him to keep going, like, hey, I'm making money. It'll inspire him to make better stuff, and overall it'll just inspire the fuck out of him in general, because like, they deserve to be compensated for their work immensely. Because if it wasn't for the author of Gintama, if it wasn't for Eiichiro Oda, author of One Piece, if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama, these movies wouldn't be there to begin with. The story wouldn't be there to begin with. So we always got to keep that in mind. But let's read the article and we'll talk some more. Gintama creator comments on how much manga authors make from anime adaptations, and I think they're exclusively referring to the movies or whatever, but I guess this also could be applied to the anime themselves as well, the TV series. Maybe the box office success of Your Name has people thinking about the economics of anime movies, or maybe it's the latest burst of live action adaptations fueling it. Over the past couple of weeks, Japanese social media users have been passing around a tweet concerning compensation from manga authors when their works hit the big screen. What's been retweeted over 60,000 times is a comment from Hideaki Sorachi, the 37-year-old author of Gintama, known for illustrating himself as an ape. The dude is fucking hilarious, by the way. In 2013, following the debut of anime feature Gintama the movie, the final chapter, Be Forever Yorozuya, which, by the way, that fucking movie is amazing. I love it. Even if you're not a damn Gintama fan, just look at the basis of Gintama and watch that film and you'll be blown away. One of my favorite anime movies of all time. That's how fucking amazing it is. But I digress. He commented on how much he was making in a bonus Q&A for the manga's 51st volume. The movie debuted in the Japanese box office fourth, earning $2.8 million equivalent in yen on 127 screens, and ultimately grossed US $16.6 million in Japan, and was the 8th highest grossing anime film in Japan in 2013. So this film, it was pretty fucking big when it came out and stuff like that. I mean, that's not, something to snivel at, especially when it comes to anime movies and stuff like that in general. That's pretty damn good. Started off with a question from a reader. I have a question. A while ago, my mother heard that the Gintama animation film was a big hit and commented that Hiraki Sorachi must be living at luxury high-rise Roppongi Hills, which I'm assuming Roppongi Hills is like a really expensive place, kind of like, I don't know, Bel Air in California or something, since it's so popular. Is that true? And Sorachi said, to tell the naked truth, regardless of how many people watch the film or how much the gross earnings are, not a single yen goes to the author. We are only paid an upfront license fee. So let's just say the latest One Piece film made $80 million. Let's just throw that for example, whatever. $80 million. Fuck it though. Let's do a nice $100 million, even though I don't think they've made $100 million. I think like the big was like $80 million or somewhere around there. But let's just say for all intents and purposes, a One Piece film made $100 million equivalent in yen. Eiichiro Oda doesn't see a dime of that. What in the actual fuck? I ain't gonna lie, that actually genuinely pisses me off, because I know not everybody is into anime and manga culture like that, but for me personally, I take this as a personal slap in the face, because these authors deserve so fucking much, especially the amount of entertainment, enjoyment, and just thought-provoking and emotion-provoking content that they provided to me. The fact that they're getting shorted like that. So let's just say, you know, out of $100 million, they paid him a licensing fee, which we'll read more of the article, whatever, but it's probably, as a matter of fact, let's just read more of the article so you can see what I'm talking about. The amount we're paid is peanuts in comparison to the overall box office growth. So peanuts, if it's like $100 million, he's not even getting probably $1 million. Probably maybe they give him like, yo, here's $100 grand, go ahead, do what you do, which is absolutely disgusting. Maybe peanuts is, you know, something around there, I'm assuming, because $1 million isn't peanuts. So I'm assuming it's like 100,000, maybe even less, who the fuck knows. But either way, the fact that these creators aren't even getting royalties, like, they should get some sort of cut. I don't give a fuck if it's 1%, 3. They should be getting a cut automatically, especially when the authors personally work on a project. Like, it's one thing if, you license, you know, Naruto to make a movie. Okay, go ahead, fuck it. It's another thing when the author himself is, okay, I'm gonna pen the Boruto movie. I'm gonna pen the last movie. I'm gonna pen Gintama Forever Yorozuya. Like, when they are personally, you know, film fucking Z, film gold, when the author is coming in, taking time out of their already disgustingly busy schedule of drawing fucking manga to work on a project, they deserve more than, here's, you know, some peanuts and get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck that shit. It honestly, genuinely, as a fan of this medium, as a fan of these people that create this incredible content that just for years upon years has had me immersed into, I'm disgusted and I'm really pissed off about it. And I really wish there was more, as, you know, somebody that's not in Japan, that I could do other than stress my grievances here on YouTube. But it is what it is. But genuinely, this really fucking upsets me. Especially, again, like, Forever Yorozuya, an amazing fucking film, and Sorachi's getting peanuts? Fuck that. That shit is bullshit. The majority of the profits go to filthy, oh my god, filthy, unscrupulous companies such as Shueisha and Sunrise. In case you don't know, Shueisha is the publishing company that is, you know, above Jump, so it's like Shueisha, and then they have the different magazine brands like Shonen Jump and stuff like that, and then Sunrise in particular is the anime that makes Gintama. Now, I'm sure he's saying it in a more humorous way. He's not 100% being like, yeah, fuck them motherfuckers, but at the same time, you know he's feeling it. You know he's thinking, my project is making X amount of dollars and I'm getting fucked. Make us another Gintama film. Like, you know that the dude feeling. And one thing about the author of Gintama is that he's very fucking funny, but he's also very blunt, and that's why he'll say things like this. And he's done it even in Gintama. They'll say like, yo, they cut the budget, so our art isn't looking that good. Like, they don't give a fuck, and that's what I love about Sorachi. Like, he does not give a fuck, and that's why he'll say shit like this. Releasing individual manga volumes is way more profitable, but the reason why I slug, well, before we even get to the reason why he does it, that makes me think I need to support my favorite authors. That bottom line, I need to, like, and don't get me wrong, I already do. I mean, you see my collection, I have well over 500 manga volumes. Last time I counted was like probably a year ago. I have well over 500 manga volumes, but I definitely need to continue to support my favorite authors, because if the money that they're making is mostly on the profit from the manga volume sales, I'm sure that that does help, even though the US doesn't really contribute nothing compared to, you know, Japan. Nonetheless, if my volume purchase and them, you know, ordering more volumes for the store and all of that goes back to, you know, them getting more money in Japan or whatever, if that can help to get my favorite authors some money that they fucking deserve, then by golly, I'll do it. So at the end of the day, there's something to note. If you want to support your favorite author, you want to, which is something that is kind of common knowledge, but now that we're getting more of an idea of the scope of what's really going on, the fact that the films, you know, picking up this film on Blu-ray ain't doing shit for your favorite author other than hopefully the best thing that it could do, honestly speaking, is that buying this film, hopefully it'll do enough sales where they'll say we want another film and they'll throw him another licensing fee for, like, you know, movie 2, 3, so on and so forth. So that's the only reason to support them, not the fact that buying 5 copies is going to help give more money to Sarachi, it's going to help give more money to Shueisha, but also persuade them to make more. So there's kind of a give and a take with that. But you want to put more money in your favorite author's pockets, then definitely go out and support their manga volumes or their light novel volumes, whatever it is that you prefer. Definitely go out and buy those because that's where they're making the money. But let's keep on reading to see what a fucking golden man this dude really is, no matter how much of a jokester. Just watch. But the reason why I slog to fulfill these film adaptations to the extent that I'm peeing blood is because there is a place in this world that is more wonderful than a mansion at Roppongi Hills, and that place, ma'am, is in your heart. The motherfucker writes till he's peeing blood movies and manga, and people have the nerve to be fucking little trolls and say, oh, fuck him, I hope he dies, when their favorite fucking arc is kind of going a little different direction. Meanwhile, motherfuckers writing, getting peanuts just because he wants to please you. And if he makes a mistake that you don't necessarily like, people will wish him death, say fuck him, talk shit about him. Do you see this, people? This is open your eyes. Honestly, it's like opening my eyes more as well. Like, holy fucking shit, like, let's keep reading. If Gintama can reach the hearts of the masses, I wouldn't mind living in a hill made of cardboard. The authors are the only ones who harbor such honest intentions with their creations. So ma'am, if you're feeling sorry for us, don't just watch the movies, but also buy our books so that we can live at Roppongi Hills with the publishing royalties. My gosh. Honestly, this really touched me, and it's inspiring. It's sad, but it also shows us anime and manga fans what we gotta do. Bottom line, it shows us what we gotta do. At the end of the day, one of the biggest things is that we gotta buy the manga volumes more. If we really want to support them, if you genuinely care about what this man just said, that he will write till he's peeing blood, not because he's gonna make more money regardless of how quality the film is. The film could be ass or whatever. He's not making more money. He don't give a fuck. If that probably is his only film, fuck it, whatever. They're gonna give me peanuts for the next one. Go buy the manga volumes. Some of the manga volumes, you know, I see on Amazon.com. No bullshit. People ask me, where do I buy anime and manga? Amazon.com. Sometimes manga volumes go as low as $6. Go buy fucking 10 of those, and that's the price of the latest fucking Call of Duty, or, well, Call of Duty, I heard his ass with the latest one, but you get what I'm saying. Go buy fucking 10 manga volumes at $6 a pop. You're winning. You're getting amazing entertainment. You're paying a fucking very cheap price at $6, mind you, because manga volumes can run high sometimes. But, you know, you're getting an amazing deal, and you're supporting your favorite author who absolutely deserves it. When they're talking like this, when he's going to peeing blood, when he's getting peanuts, he deserves it. Go support your favorite author and buy some manga volumes. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I keep on hearing these inspiring stories, these sad stories, and it's eye-opening. Wake up, people. This is what's going on in the anime and manga industry. We need to support more. We need to stop being selfish or whatever. And I'm not saying anybody is selfish in particular, but when you read this, it could do nothing but touch you, yeah, and not in those dirty places. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Go support your favorite author. He deserves it.